tuned in to the Making a Change Group's Community Report every Thursday at 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and cmpradio.net's platform. Making a Change Group is dedicated to empowering youth, strengthening families, and serving as a community connector for the city of Chester and Delaware County. Thank you for tuning in.
Good morning, y'all. I love that little beat in the beginning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Making a Change Group's Community Report. Good morning to those of you that are watching now, and hello to everybody else that's tuned in to the replay. I'm Corey Long, the founder and executive director of the Making a Change Group. We have our program director, Ms. Michelle Jackson, here somewhere. But we just want to give you all a weekly update on events that are happening in the community. Some of them are sponsored by us, Making a Change Group, and some of them are not. But we want to keep you informed on what's happening to the best of our ability.
You get set up out here.
So, without any further delay, Leslie, if you want to show the first one. Tonight we got our G's Mentor and G's, which is our gentlemen's mentor and gentlemen's event at Toby Farm School. It starts at 5:30. 5:30 to 7:30. We'll be providing dinner, providing gift bags to everybody that's attending, and so we just encouraging all the brothers from all over to just come on out and just participate in this. We have some farm students. We're not limited to Toby Farms and Chester Upland School District. We're inviting you out. It's a community-based event, so we're inviting everybody out to participate in the King's Mentor and Kings. We'll have some of the brothers on in a few minutes to talk a little bit about the session and what's going to be happening. Next, there's a COVID vaccination clinic today and tomorrow at Harris, at Delaware County Wellness Center, which is out in Yaden. Then there's also one at Harris Casino. That is tomorrow at Harris, May 6th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And today it's up in Yaden at Delaware County Wellness Center. So shout out to the county and the efforts that they've been doing with the health department and also with COVID, and also to the city of Chester's efforts supporting that here. Shout out to the Amachi Program. The Amachi Program is run by Jamar Daniels, good brother Jamar Daniels. This is a tennis clinic that they're sponsoring this Saturday for 3rd through 6th graders from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Lunch will be provided. You have to contact them for the exact location. So the number is on the flyer, and all these flyers are already on our Make the Change Group page. So you can just go to our page after the broadcast. So you can go there now and actually and just pull them up and get the information. So see Jamar Daniels, see the contact person on the flyer for information about the tennis clinic. Shout out to sowing good seeds now. There's also a Chester CityWide baby shower this Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. It's absolutely free. You can contact Hania Red for that. She's the outreach and event coordinator for Delaware County Pregnancy Center. And so Reach Gospel is affiliated with that. Shout out my man, Pastor Brian Pittman. He's affiliated with this initiative. And of course, Rashida Carter Lee is affiliated with that. So shout out to Sinai Dior Ballroom, who's always doing great things in the community. And there's a citywide baby shower at Rashida's location this Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. Mother's Day, Chester's annual Mother's Day. What would Mother's Day be in the city of Chester without a Mother's Day parade? Starting at Memorial Park at 2:00 p.m. You see the route. I'm sure y'all have seen this flyer circulating already, but our annual Mother's Day parade is happening starting from Memorial Park at 2:00. And we wish all you mothers out there happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Healthy Kids Run. Healthy Kids Running is an initiative sponsored by the Tripley Foundation and friends. So this Sunday, down at Subaru Park at the soccer stadium. There's a Healthy Kids Run initiative, and there's a series of them on the Sundays listed at 4:00 p.m. So there's information on there. This is actually the registration form. You can just go to our Facebook page to collect this form and reach out to the individuals for more information. Chester Career and Parent Resource Fair. So this is something that Michelle has been heavily involved in. So Michelle, I'm gonna let you go ahead and share about this one.
Sure. The Chester Career and Parent Resource Fair is an event series an event that's being co-hosted by Making a Change Group in conjunction with the lead is our Boys and Girls Club Chester. You know, they're always got great things going on. The contact person there is Miss Angie at Boys and Girls Club. And, you know, all the kids know her. You know, she's all about making sure that our families and our young people have everything that they need to succeed. So Making a Change Group is working with Boys and Girls Club for this event and the Chester Upland School District. And it is a family event where young people and adults alike will be able to get resources, but more importantly, there's going to be employers on site ready to hire. We have invited, or Angie's invited, employers that are actively looking to fill spots, ready to meet candidates that are ready to work and start their careers. There's additional resources to help you get ready for this event. So if you don't feel like you can interview on the spot, if you feel like you're not prepared with a resume or even a description of your work experience, if you need help with those things, contact Brittany at Making a Change Group or A. Johnson at boysgirlsclubchester.com. Of course, the information is on our Facebook page, but definitely do not miss this event. There are going to be employers ready to talk to you, to hire you and get you started. And we want to make sure that you're ready. So reach out to us in advance if you don't feel like you are, if you feel like you need some support in that area, and we'll make sure that we get you on point. And that's on Saturday to May 14th. So not this Saturday, the following Saturday at Chester High School.
Yeah. Also Saturday, May 14th, the second annual cleanup project at Green Lawn Cemetery. Shout out to Jay Francis. Shout out to Dr. Dexter Davis and Ms. Twyla Simpkins. This is an honorable thing that they're doing. Every year they go out and they keep that area clean on Green Lawn Cemetery out there in Chester Township. For those of you that may or may not know, the owners of that cemetery have fell on hard times and just aren't able to keep up the cemetery. And I believe it's in the actual possession of the town of Chester Township. And so, there's a lot of our loved ones or people that we've known, our ancestors literally out there buried. And people want to come and pay respects to their loved ones in a decent environment. And so if there's no tangible way of keeping it up, Jay Francis and Ms. Simpkins and Dr. Davis have taken that project on, and they coordinate, they bring volunteers in practically every other week during the spring and summer. And so shout out to them. But that's starting on Saturday, May 14th, and then May 21st. This is a Restoration and Freedom Empowerment. Restoration and Freedom Empowerment presents free information sessions. So this is a session on for nonprofits and for faith-based organizations. If you want to know more information on how to get your 501c3 status, or for faith-based organizations on funding, volunteer benefits for church workers, life insurance, legal planning and services for churches, this is happening also on Saturday, May 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Greater Faithful Zion Baptist Church, 723 West 7th Street. For RSVP, there's an email here and there's a phone number. Also, this information once again is on our Making a Change Group Facebook page. Also, starting Tuesday, May 10th through June 7th, from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, there's a free customer marketing series by Entrepreneur Works, sponsored by Entrepreneur Works. Shout out to Entrepreneur Works. Is a very helpful program. I've attended the program twice to just learn to just sharpen my entrepreneurial and business skills. And I was actually asked to join the board about 2.5 years ago, and I've been on the board of Entrepreneur Works since. But they do some great training for entrepreneurs, for small business owners, and they do small business loans. If you're an entrepreneur out there and looking to get funded, this is who you should be connected to and who you should be talking to. So shout out to Tony Trueheart. And you can just, once again, go on our Facebook page and get the information for this. This is a free series co-sponsored by Comcast on customer marketing. Shout out to Chester Community Charter School. They're having their kindergarten prom. And just like we show up for our high school prom, we want to show up for our kindergartners on May 18th for the kindergartners at the Aston campus gymnasium from 5 to 7. They're having their kindergarten prom. Can you imagine how adorable that's going to be, Michelle? We can't hear you.
That is going to be crazy, crazy adorable.
Yeah, so come on out to that May 18th and just encourage little kiddies and make that a big deal for them. Jackie Robinson Chester Baseball League. Baseball is having a big, I don't want to say comeback, but it's having a resurgence here in the community. So shout out to Aaron Payne. Aaron Payne is the one who has been working on this. His information is on the flyer. You can connect with Aaron about the Jackie Robinson Baseball League. Also, Local 413 is co-sponsoring. They've been doing that for a few years now. So shout out to Anthony Moss. Shout out to Brother Robinson and Mark Freeman and those guys down there that are doing their thing down with Jackie Robinson Baseball League. Queens mentoring Queens, all you, Shell.
Yeah, so you know, if you've been listening to the broadcast for the last few weeks, you know we've been promoting our G's mentoring G's and our Queens mentoring Queens mentoring sessions. And man, we just want everybody to come out, bring your young person to the G's tonight and to Queens next Thursday. You know, if you're a mom, a dad, an auntie, uncle, godfather, godmother, mentor, just somebody in your neighborhood, if you know that there's a young person that you want to connect better with, or you want to get them connected to something positive, somewhere where they can have an opportunity to, you know, just to speak their mind or hear, you know, some wisdom from other people that are older than them, or, you know, that are people that they can look up to. But not just for our kids, we want our grownups to come out too. We want to hear what you guys are talking about. We want to hear what you guys are challenged with. We want to hear you know, pour in to the young men and young women that we're, you know, that are coming to the table. So Queens Mentoring Queens, it is next Thursday at Toby Farms. Shout out to Toby Farms for being our sponsor for that and just giving us a safe space to land with this program. We're going to have food, of course. We're going to have some goodies, but we're going to be talking about self-care with the Queens and the Kings. I mean, the G's and the Queens. Self-care from the perspective of how we see ourselves. You know, how are we seeing ourselves as adults, and how are we sharing that and exhibiting that with our kids? What are they seeing from us? And is it, if what we're giving off, is it making them feel good enough about themselves and think of themselves high enough that they are going to withstand things that aren't positive? You know, everybody deals with positive and negative, right? So, you know, most of the, you know, if you talk to anybody who's been able to make good decisions, you will usually hear that they're making those decisions, or they got that vision, or they saw somebody else do something, or somebody said something to them that was pushing them in the right direction. And that's what we want. That's what these sessions are about. So Queens Mentoring Queens will be at Toby Farms on Thursday, May 12th. We'll be here from 5:30 to 7. You can register at our website, definitely the link on the Facebook page, or just call us, you know, come out. There's a QR code on the screen right now, and it'll be on the website as well. So you can just, you know, scan that with your phone and just fill out the registration. That way we know who's coming and we can prepare for everyone and make sure we got enough space, we got enough food, we got enough goodies.
Absolutely. And shout out, speaking of our queens, once again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my man, Chef Lamont Harris, who every Mother's Day puts together a free cookout out in his neighborhood for the moms. I think this year he's celebrating moms and dads. He's doing it all in one, man. So shout out to you, Chef Lamont, for doing this annually for the moms in the neighborhood. Summer camp. Shell, you want to fill us in a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club's Chester Summer Camp?
Yeah, so the Boys and Girls Club are doing their annual summer camp, and they're running all through the summer, family. So if you need somewhere, a safe place for your kids, lots of activities, it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club. They are starting on June 27th, and they're running through August the 12th. They're Monday through Friday, and this is an all-day camp. Their tuition is $575, plus you can add an additional $100 if you need morning care. $100 to hold your spot, not refundable for that. But if you're looking for a place for your kids to be able to go and you know that they're going to be safe and have tons of things to do, Boys Club is it. The full balance is due by June 1st, so make sure you reach out to them now. The information, the phone number, address, phone, and website and email address are on the website, and the stuff will be posted on our Facebook page as well. Their camp is for 16 to 15-year-olds. They do have limited space, especially because of the COVID restrictions that have not been eliminated for indoor space. But definitely reach out to them, be able to have, somewhere cool for your kids to go all summer long. It starts June 27th, runs to August 12th.
Yeah. And typically we like to promote free events for the community, free or extremely low cost, which I think this is, low cost or extremely reasonable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But, feel free to send us your flyers or your information if you have something that you think the community benefit from, or we would like, for us to just share amongst our network. We'll be happy to do so. But typically we do for free, but this is something that the Boys and Girls Club is one of our partners that we're happy to work with. And we think this is a good resource. Even though it's a cost to it, we think this is a good and reasonable resource. And we want to keep our kids engaged in positive activities. Don't take it for granted that kids just at home, trouble won't find them. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we try to do our best to keep our kids engaged during the summer months. So we understand that finances can be challenging, but talk to them, see what can be worked out, see if there's, a way that, scholarships might be available or something, but at least reach out to someone, whether Boys and Girls Club or even us, to see if we can support in any kind of way. But we want to make sure that kids are being engaged and fully developed successfully.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure, we do want to promote free events. But when you think about summer camp and the costs that are associated with summer camp, Boys and Girls Club is going to have meals included. And it comes out, when you do the math, especially if you can put the deposit down to hold it, definitely talk to them about payment plans and, what other things might be available, like Corey said.
Yeah. And as for us, for our summer program, we'll be at working with Chester Upland School District and with their summer enrichment program from June 20th through July 28th. So 6 weeks, Team MAC will have a program with Chester Upland School District in their designated locations.
Yep. And we'll get more information out to the families, as we get that.
Summer Bridge program. This is a great program. This is a free 7-week program at Delaware County Community College. You have to be registered, to my understanding. You have to be registered to attend Delaware County Community College, but it's a free program for those that are either just entering the college or have like a 3-year gap year, from their last education, whatever education platform they graduated from. So connect with this program and just learn more. But we should take more advantage, especially here in Chester, because many of you didn't notice, but Chester was not what you consider a sponsoring district for Delaware County Community College. So it was it was full price for any Chester residents to attend Delaware County Community College until about 12 years ago. Mayor Butler actually paid a significant amount of money when he was mayor to have Chester a sponsoring school district, and now all Chester residents can go to Delaware County Community College at half price. And so take advantage of that. I'm always a big fan of your first 2 years, get your associate's degree with a local community college, because very rarely when you go into the workforce, very rarely do they ask you, where did you get your associates from? People are looking at where you got your master's from or your postgrad degree from. And so if you can save some money your first 2 years and not have to go to that 4-year college, go take advantage of it. Go to Delaware County Community College and get your associate's degree. And then the next 2 years, go somewhere and get your bachelor's degree. So this is a great school, great campus, and they're doing some great programs. So look into it more. Chester and Delaware County, we have to utilize the resources that's available to us, and this is a great.
The other thing we want to point out too is that this program is free. So this summer bridge program is for, like Corey said, anybody that recently graduated from high school, if you have your GED or if you haven't been to school in 3 years. So you have to take an entrance exam. But when you finish this 7-week program, you have 9 credits that are going to count towards your degree, regardless of what degree that is. It's free, so you don't have to pay for it. And it's 3 whole courses. So those 9 credits can get put towards any degree, even if you're not sure about what it is now. It's 7 weeks. You're going to get these 3 courses done. It's a small group setting. Of course, you'll be able to get that individual attention and help you transition from wherever you are now into a higher education setting, whether you decide to do it there or wherever you decide to transfer those credits on to a different school or finish a certificate program. Just do not miss this opportunity. Summertime, things are slow. You can just get in here, get focused, and grind this thing out for 7 weeks, and then have all of that done and paid for. And then that will give you an idea. But is college thing for me? Should I be doing this? Should I be going into this? What direction should I be going to? So, yeah, definitely.
And for me, Michelle, I didn't go the traditional route right out of high school. I did eventually. I had a 3-year gap year. Then I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia for music and video business. But I was one of those ones that just didn't value getting a degree and staying in school, and I didn't value it at the time until I got into certain predicaments where I was DJing on radio, and I couldn't understand why the jocks were getting paid 5 times more than I was getting paid. It was because they went to college and they had their degrees, But nobody had talked to me about that. I wasn't educated and informed on that, and so I'm telling you now the importance of getting your education, and that's one of the quickest ways to success. One of the more stable ways to success for Black and brown people is education. We have to put more focus on education. Michelle has a foundation that she's sponsoring scholarships on an annual basis because literacy and education is very important. Do you agree?
I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people want a discount. We had a conversation last night with some amazing women. And one of the things came up is that, we may start school in one area and end up working in another. And that is true. But one of the big benefits of college, especially your first couple years, is just getting into the discipline of going to school, getting into the personal discipline of being up on time, studying when you need to, balancing that and work. And that does nothing but prepare you for life. It doesn't do anything but prepare you. And of course, there is always going to be a difference in your ability to earn money. So you want to get as much of it as you can, for free, especially when there are programs out here to give you that head start. So yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Without any further delay, we got our kings here. We like to call them G's around here, our gentlemen, mentor and gentlemen. We want to bring those brothers in, join in the conversation. Shout out to Geos Stockman, Mr. G Bond and SDB Enterprises, Capri, Amino, Hudson, youth specialist up at Toby Farms and working with the G Bond program, and Josh Shockley, our lead youth development specialist, who's on the go, in motion, en route. So What's up? What's up, G's? Good morning.
What's up, family?
How was everybody?
What's happening?
Gio, what's up, bro? How is it, brother? How you?
Amino,
what's up,
baby? Family. What's up, y'all? Good to see y'all, man.
I love y'all, Corey.
Love you more, man.
Love you too, man. Listen, man, y'all brothers are doing some amazing work out here in the community. You know, this is what the people want to see. Richard, what's up, Rich?
There he is.
Rich, man. Richard Bennett, our case manager, man, here. Y'all doing some amazing work, man. Y'all making a difference out here. Y'all out here, you know, impacting the lives of these kids. So, you know, let's talk a little bit about it. You know, let's start with what has been put in place and what the work that Amino has been doing. And Josh, you've been working with him on it too, up in Toby Farms. What does that look like during the day?
Man, first and foremost, man, Amino, man, you know, I always tell you, if your ears itching, it's because we constantly talking about you, bro. Like, you amazing at what you do. The way you able to resonate with the young men and the young women at the school, the way they able to come to you and talk to you and have that freedom to be able to release. We know how important that is now for you to be able to, you know, they're allowing you to have that opportunity to teach them and to see them listening, to see them so attentive, to see them wanting more and coming back and being able to repeat things that you said to them the day before when they see me in the hallway and they be like, Mr. Josh, Mr. Capri just told us this and he shared this with us. That's so dope because it's what we do it for. That's our gift. You know, that's the return in that investment. And I just love it, man. And you know, I'm gonna lead this up to you because you do such a great job in the class. But I recognize it and I see it, and I'm so happy to be a part of that.
I appreciate that, bro. Like, sincerely, man, because I'm very passionate about what we do. I love what we do. Like I said all the time, I told Corey the other day, man, I really love what we do because, like, I was them kids not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? I know how it feels not to have a voice and be having so much on your mind. So I try to be that safe haven for them, man. I let them be themselves. You know, when they come in, I let them know I'm not your teacher. I'm not a district employee. I'm here making a change. I'm here to teach you morals, respect, integrity, and things of that sort, you know, and they appreciate it. And when y'all guys come in, you know, and they see that y'all consistent too, you know, that they appreciate that as well. Because you know how many teachers give up on these kids, man. And they see me and I tell them every time, I'm here by.
Yeah, I want to share something really that was really dope, a really great experience for me at Toby Farms.
Can y'all hear me?
So we were in the class and we were doing our thing.
Like I tell them, I'm here by choice because I sincerely care about what's going on. And honestly, the progression that we had there is growing way faster than I expected. You know, my first week in there, I maybe had 10 kids. Now I'm stopping kids at the door because we don't have enough chairs. You know, the word gets around and they all want to be with me. I don't even understand, you know. I'm pressuring them. I'm asking them these hard questions and I want to know what's going on inside their heart. You know what I'm saying? And for them to want to keep coming back, to keep telling me and keep going with this, I appreciate that. It lets me know that I'm getting inside of that heart. You know, I want to get inside of the heart and get inside of the head. You know, then we can guide them in the right way, man. We're really doing a very productive job at Toby Farms.
Matter of fact, I want to recognize something, Capri. I remember, you know, when I first came to Toby Farms, and I can't hear.
Hold on.
I got to see you guys in action. What I've seen now is the continuing, like, you can see the youth are sharing. They're starting to wave. They're starting to talk. So this community, this small community he's gathering there is growing. This culture is starting to grow. They wave to us. They know we're members of G-Line or Team Mac. Yesterday I was witness to a conversation which blew me away. A young man who pays visits to Geo often at Toby Farms. He was Capri. I had it was me, Mr. Capri, and my worker, Brittany.
And Brittany.
We were prepping up the room, and that young man came in. We engaged in the conversation. He stopped to say hello. And I tell you what, I was blown away. This young man was giving a lesson on starting his own restoration sneaker project, and how much I couldn't believe it. I was ready to take notes about how articulate this young man was. But beyond all that, I think he had a private conversation with Mr. Capri.
Yeah.
And that was a private conversation, but he acknowledged Capri as that individual I could come talk to and ask for help and request, his attention. And they had a very private, and I thought that was mind blowing to me. And then I'm starting to see that more and more. They're coming in and they're talking, and that is an amazing gateway to what we're doing now, which is the Geos Metro and Geos. It starts off small. It starts off so small, but that's all you need. And then, we can open that up bigger. And that's where these meetings take place. These young ones come in and they start identifying us more and more. The more we involve, the more we show consistency as an adult and take that. They will have more deeper conversations.
Absolutely.
Mr. Rich, Mr. Josh, Mr. Capri, Mr. Geo, can I talk to you? Can I holler at you? I have something I really need to talk to you about. So we're opening communication. We're building community. We're building culture. It is amazing, and I can't wait for it to spread more and more and more. But I will always, I'm on this meeting, and I'm always going to request this. We need help, and it's not a shame as a man to say I need help, but I need more help from the community, more engagement from the community. So we invite you to this session, Geos Mentor and Geos tonight at 5:30 at Toby Farms. So vital that those who are able to show up and want to contribute and build this culture, please show up and engage. The more you do it, the more young ones will say, hey, I remember that gentleman right there. Mr. Josh, can I talk to you? Mr. Capri, can I talk to you? Mr. Geo? And not just that, Josh said something interesting. She said even adults. Now, I met a couple of adults there. And now when I bump into the community, whether they're shopping or whatever, hey, what's going on? I remember you from this. And it was a wonderful thing. And he said, can you imagine a community of 10, 20, 30 more people just saying, hey, what's going on? I remember from this meeting and this talk. It's very powerful. This is in motion. It's very powerful.
Yeah. I want to share real quick. I just want to share something, a really great experience for me that happened at Toby Farms because it changed me. Capri and Rich, I expressed this to y'all when it happened to me. So it was a young lady in the class, and this is what we do it for. And I'm saying this because I want you to catch. This is what we do it for. So we in class, and the young lady, I'm talking, and I was talking about the quote and stuff that I gave the younger kids at QC, and we was vibing. And one of the young ladies in the class started crying. So Capri took over. I got her out in the hallway. I remember sitting down with her, and we sat there for probably like 20, 30 minutes, Capri?
Yeah, for probably like the rest of the class,
the rest of the class. And we sat there, and it wasn't to the end, I kept letting her know, look, it's okay. Take your time, cry, let it out. We gonna get to it. And when we finally get to it, she said, none of my teachers understand why I cry, but I was taught that when I cry, it brings me closer to my pop. I was like, wow. Me just being able to take that time out to understand that this isn't a young lady, a young queen that's crying without direction. She isn't crying because she wants attention. She isn't crying because she just wants to disrupt the class. Here it was, she was crying with purpose. She was crying with a purpose to connect to someone that she loved. And I was so blessed to be in the position to sit with her and grasp that understanding. So now when I see her and I was able to share with her, hey, Mr. Josh cried too. And the next time you feel like that, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday. Save some of them tears for me so I can cry with you. That's what we do it for. It changed me. And I remember the next morning, like I said, I shared freely. I was going through it, and I cried purposely for the first time since my son passed away.
To feel closer.
Just to feel that. I wanted to feel what she was feeling. I wanted to use what she taught me. And it changed my world. So big shout out to her. I'm not going to mention her name because, but it changed me, and that's what we do it for. And that's the type of work that we doing every day in our
Every day.
community and in our schools.
That goes to show you the profession too. That I'm very proud of members who participate and work in GVine and Team Mac is able to identify the youth, take them aside, give them the information needed, and then offer these services in any particular group, whether it be GVine, gun violence intervention and empowerment, to Team Mac, to many CV. We focus on that individual at that very particular time, but we also have avenues for maybe the family might need help or whatever. So every program is there. I would say I'm firmly believing that this team has that know-how, that split-second know-how. You need it. You need to identify that young person when they're going under a traumatic experience, be able to pull them aside and give them resources and show them, look, we can have more of these conversations, and then what I think another beautiful thing is how we're able to connect to the family, right? So maybe by meeting this young individual, spending some time with them, someone comes out to our program, to tonight's program, and says, hey, I want a little bit more information. I really appreciate what you did for my son or my daughter. Can I talk to you? I have a little issue I want to talk to you about too. We're able to snap on that and connect them to the programs. I would say take advantage of this, because it's not just for the youth that come in to visit us, but also the family. It's also for the family come through. And it starts with us though. We have to really attack that moment and identify that student who needs help, who needs an ear. It's vital. And I applaud this team because we're doing it right now. We're doing it right now, and it's very, very important. And it changes our own perspective.
Absolutely.
Our participant or client will wind up being our teacher sometimes.
They are often, because like we're learning with them. You know what I mean? We're learning with them, man, and we can't act like we know what to do. We're winging it too. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to save lives. This is something that's been going on for centuries. There's no right way to save a life, so we're all trying to figure it out. And I learned that in order for me to be good at what I do, I have to be a good listener. I've always been a good talker. Always been able to get myself out of situations. But now it's like, hold on, let me hear what you got to say. After a while, that's what I learned about kids. You let them talk. After a while, they're going to tell you everything. You know what I mean? Give them more and more opportunities to talk, and you're going to start to hear more and more about this child. When you talking and they listening, they only taking in but so much. They thinking Fortnite, they thinking this, they you know what I'm saying? They only taking in but so much. So you got to give them the opportunity. You bring up a subject that you know that they're going to talk about and where it can go into the household. If you bring up video games, you might get to talk about, how's your room? How often can you play the game? Do you have a game? You know what I mean? Now you're figuring out how the household is, because some kids don't got games, phones, nothing.
And big ups to DCCC, because Corey mentioned on education earlier, and I received my associates in early childhood education from Delaware County Community College. And one of the things that they teach you in class is that about teachable moments. And when they explained it, it was talking about how a kid could come in and say, oh, why is the sky blue? All right, that's not what I was teaching today, but this is a teachable moment. This is a chance for me to explain that to you. And throughout the day, interacting with the babies, the young kings and the young queens, we always got these teachable moments. And I love that
all the time
with reciprocity, that give and take, because we giving so much, but they giving us so much back.
You know what I love too, Josh? I love that they want to learn. Like when you come into class and they like, Mr. Josh, what's the quote today? And you gotta sit them all down and, pull the quote out. And this is what they gonna go by for the rest of the day.
And this the quote. They expected me to give them the quote that I had at CUSA. They look for it now. They ask for, what did you tell the babies at CUSA? They calling them babies. What for the babies? Mr. Josh.
Fellas, let's give Geo a chance to share, because he's doing work outside of the schools. We just want to communicate and paint the whole picture.
Absolutely.
We're collectively doing. We're doing some work in the schools, So Josh and Capri is inside Toby Farms on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Capri is over at the Boys and Girls Club on Wednesdays. You know, Richard is working as the case manager, working directly with some of these youth and their families. Geo is out in the community. You know, he's out in the neighborhood talking to these brothers on the corners, you know, in the neighborhood, getting them, you know, into connecting with Richard, getting their resumes done, getting them prepared for jobs and all that stuff, man. So, Geo, let's, you know, just tell folks a little bit about what your work has been like, man.
I mean, it's pretty much, how's everybody doing? It's pretty much what the brothers were saying. It's more or less being engaged. You know what I'm saying? I find that you have to be around, like, and you have to be around all the time. You can't just be around once a week.
Yeah.
Or once a couple times a month. People gotta know that they can reach you. You know what I'm saying? So if you out here and you trying to get people to hear this message, they gotta know that you're gonna be there for them in other areas. You know what I'm saying? They have other issues. People have issues that they need help with, that a network of people working together can come together and solve easily. I might not have the solution directly to the problem, but I know the people who do. So by me being on the ground with it, I can hear and I can get people's problems and I can point them quickly in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of the work that I'm doing. So I hear their problems direct.
Yeah.
And then I bring it to the people I need to bring it to. Sometimes we can handle it on the scene. Sometimes we can handle it amongst ourselves, but sometimes it's a problem that's out my realm. So I gotta pass it off to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Big ups to you too, Geo. You know, for being out there in the trenches, in the community. Man, I appreciate you. You know, I learned so much from you. It's so much stuff that I be listening to you say that I lock in, that I be carrying with me every day. And I love the energy that you give. So this is me giving you your flowers, bro. I appreciate you, King. Keep going, man. I thank you, and I'm blessed to be able to work with you.
Absolutely. As a case manager for G-Vine, my job will be to identify, you know, some boundaries that a potential or participant has, but more importantly too is to find out that interventionist or mentor. I had the privilege of talking to Gio not too long ago and to get some advice and perspective from him, and he speaks a language that is raw, it's straight to the point, and it's that type of language and directness that I think these youth just click to. This what he said was empowering. How he said it, how simplicity, and I think more importantly, he said something that was, you know, he was sharing to me some of his activities. He's out there. He's really out there. He said something that really clicked to me. He said, you know, I got to go some places that might make me feel uncomfortable, but it's worth it for the lives of these young ones. That when I went out there, though, I was greeted by other men that I probably haven't seen in a while, and he encouraged them. And there's a lot of men behind the scenes who kind of want to do the work that you know, Geo's doing, but maybe they don't know how to or whatnot. But Geo encouraged them. He encouraged me, and that message was real powerful. So, Geo, I just wanted to applaud you on that. That was motivating for me, you know, and that's true. The work we do is not supposed to be comfortable. This is serious. You know, we're trying to see these young ones.
The thing is, this the thing, bro, and it's the thing with our G's mentoring G's and having the brothers come out, like. The most important thing is we all understand that this work has to get done. That's the most important thing. Our sons need to be rescued. They need guidance. Somebody have to give it to them. Like, if we don't give it to them, now they're unguided. Now they're just running wild. We have to go out there and we got to get them. Like, we got to get our sons. We got to get our nephews. We got to get our young boys, some young cats on the block that, you know, like, you got to reach out to them, man, and let them know it's something different, man. Like, that's the most important thing. Just reaching out and letting them know it's something different, that they don't have to be pigeonholed in this one way of life. that's ultimately going to be destructive for them. It's no success stories in this life. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be destructive at the end. So we got to let them know that. We got stories. You know what I'm saying? We know. We've been to these prisons. We've been down these roads. We got to let them know what's ahead of them. And the only way to do that is to go down there and let them know. You can't tell them from a soapbox. You got to go down there and let them know how they understand. Can't talk at them and just share it, man. Like I said, I was uncomfortable, man. I had to go over there. I didn't have to go over there. I chose to go over there.
Respect.
Make that clear.
Respectfully, right.
I chose to go over there and engage with that. For the over Sun Village, I'm talking about with the painting the courts and all that. For the simple fact is, that's what we got to do, bro. I'm not involved. I want people to understand that I'm involved with something different. I'm involved with change. When you see me coming with opportunity. You see me coming with love. You see me coming from a space of understanding where you're at, what you're going through. You see me coming to you, not judging you. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. I don't judge them. I understand. Yeah. I understand where they at mentally, and I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help guide them to understanding themselves to make better decisions. I can't tell nobody how to live their life, but I can school you in how to make better decisions that impact your life better.
Absolutely. And shout out to Muscle. Muscle started his brand Hemi, helping everybody make it. We had a good conversation earlier this week. He was saying, a lot of the same things, man. How he invests time in with his neighborhood, with communities, and he's not just about his neighborhood, but he embraces everybody. He wants to see everybody make it. And he invests time with them, man. On the phone with different moms that lost their children to the gun violence, stuff like that. On the phone for hours with them, just doing things behind the scene that people don't even get a chance to see, man. So, I appreciate, man, the work that y'all brothers are doing, man, because some of us do it formally and some of y'all are doing it informally. That you don't always get a chance to see it on a Yes God video. My man, Yes God. You don't always get a chance to see it on CMP or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this for us is more about an infomercial, for the community to let y'all know that these resources are here. These brothers are here that's doing this work. These sisters that work with us are here. It's an infomercial. Remember back in the day, y'all used to watch BET and at 12 o'clock BET, all the videos go off, and then all of a sudden the infomercials start coming on.
All the infomercials, yeah.
I mean, stuff start coming on that ain't got nothing to do with what we just watched. You like of all stations, why would you pick this station to want to come and to preach at 2 o'clock in the morning? Why would you want to come? Why would you do this to me? But they understand something they understood something that I understand now, is because that's who they want to reach. So it's not about having a bunch of likes. It's not about having a bunch of followers. It's about finding the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5 that is looking for what you have to offer. And if you wanna connect with them, you got to go where they are. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. That's why we choose to promote our platform on social media and promote what it is that we're doing, because we need to tell you these stories, tell you what's out there, because we genuinely care. You can hear it for yourself and judge an individual based on their, is he genuine or not? But you can hear their own stories, their own testimonies of what they're doing and what their motives are. So come on out, G's mentoring G's tonight. Fellas, am I missing anything? Anything else that y'all want to share? So y'all.
Nah, definitely. Please come out to G's mentoring G's. Let's really make this big, y'all. I've been saying this. One of my favorite takeaways from it is that those people, now that we know each other, We had an intimate relationship. So imagine if we got 100 men there tonight. Imagine we got 200 men there tonight that could go out into our community and say, yo, I know you, bro. And I could speak to you anywhere freely now. And we can have conversations. Imagine if we got 200 women in the community, 200 mothers who can identify with each other and say, yo, I know you. Or, yo, nah, I know that woman's son. Or, yo, I know that man's son. Let's link up because that's not right. Let's squash this. So please come out. One before we go, Corey, man, I want to give a big shout out to you, man. You bro, you don't even sit at the head of the table at our meetings. Like you give yourself so much. You play the background. You let us do our thing, but you are one of the main driving forces behind what we do, allowing us to be in this space with you and share part of your dream and your vision. Bro, thank you. I appreciate you and I love you. Big up to you, because a lot of people don't know that you that guy, that you don't sit at the head of our table at our meetings, bro, because you want to be a part of the group. And a lot of times they, you out there kissing the babies and getting it and keeping the thing moving. So a lot of times they don't see that work.
You know what though, Josh? I remember when Corey was putting in the groundwork with the kids, like by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember seeing him with groups of kids. You know what I mean? While
they gotta know he's been doing this since 2004, bro.
He put the groundwork in to be where he at, man. Respectfully.
Let me ask you a question. How many of y'all remember Doc Rivers when he played for the Atlanta Hawks?
Me.
I mean, I remember, but I wasn't old enough to watch it. But I know about Doc playing for the Hawks.
Doc Rivers was one of the most lethal shooters in the NBA during his time when he played. Now, Doc Rivers don't have to pick up a ball. He don't have an option to get in the game. The Sixers was losing. Shout out to my Sixers, man. They was losing last night, without Embiid, and Doc don't have an option to get in and say, you know what? Let me turn around. Let me suit up. Let me jump in and let me shoot a couple threes. Let me show him a little bit of my skills from back in the 90s or whatever. He don't have that option to do that no more, right? And he don't need to. You know why? Because he got Tyrese Maxey. Because he got Harden. Because he got Tobias Harris. Because he got Embiid. He got sharpshooters. He got three shooters. He got George Niang, and that's what y'all are, man. So he sharpens his skill on his level, and he becomes a better coach. And now Doc is one of the best coaches. So when you look at his record, you can say not only was he one of the premier players of his time when he was in the league, but now he's one of the premier coaches because he's focusing on where he's at and on his level. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what y'all are to this change movement out here. I'm looking at Tyrese Maxey. I'm looking at James Harden. I'm looking at Embiid, and it's a lot of others out there. So the baton has been passed on, and it's for y'all to bring together other brothers and connect with other brothers and sisters out here in the community and to make a difference out here, man. So it ain't about me, man. So I'm happy to sit on the sideline and not sit at the head of the table and all that. That's not what it's about. I'm about serving leadership, and our organization is about serving leadership. And if you want to be a great original, you first got to be an excellent copy.
I think that also just me, and then my portion is that's why it's so important for anyone who's listening, anyone who's participating in our G's mentoring G's to see that this is the team. This is the team who's going to be working with those young ones, and everyone. There's a case manager that'll be me. I'm helping to relieve any boundaries or connect any services and resources with those. You got someone like Geos able to move in these areas where he speaks that language, people identify with him, and he's able to inspire others. You got someone like Mr. Capri, who's working in the school, getting information and data from not just the student, but the faculty and parents who are participating and understanding what he's doing in that classroom. You got someone like Josh, who's out there helping create a curriculum for the young ones to keep them motivated, to keep them engaged, and always keep it fresh, but also able to give his testimonies and give a vivid imagination. You have a holistic team, a holistic approach, and the leadership here replicates a lot of what Corey shows, which is, that unselfishness. He's out there giving and directing and getting other resources for us to keep doing this in the city of Chester and in the Delco community. So very proud. So that's it for today for me, guys. I enjoy it, and thank you for having me on as always on Thursday.
Yeah, I got to get back up to my classroom, so I'll see you guys later. G's Mentor and G's, man, I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yo, I'm excited.
Let's go.
Real quick before we bounce, I want to just say and express the importance of this G's Mentor and G's thing that we have going on. Brothers, y'all know, and anybody who watching, if you're not watching, you'll be watching later. You know the landmines and pitfalls that's out here. You walk them. How's you not letting these brothers know where they at? How you turning a blind eye and letting them walk right into them? That's the importance of this. The importance of this is that we know where these landmines, these pitfalls, these craters are at because we already navigated. We're in our 40s, 45, 50. We navigated them already, so we know where they're at. Why are we not reaching back and letting these brothers know where they at and making this trek that they gonna have to make a little easier? We already did the hard work. Now we just throwing ropes back. We got to go back and do it. That's why it's important that y'all come out. That's why it's important that y'all speak to y'all young boys. That's why it's important that y'all speak to y'all sons. That's why it's important that y'all pass this game on while y'all still here, while y'all still around. Like, why it's still important.
Absolutely.
Pass it off. Come on out, man, and get with us tonight.
That was so well put, bro. Thank you. Cause that was well put. I'm gonna have to use that. I'm just letting you know.
I steal this stuff all the time, bro.
I gotta use that one. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all later, man.
No doubt. Y'all be safe. Y'all be easy. Y'all be blessed. Yeah.